Time now for sports with Brett Kennedy.
Welcome back, everybody. As we look back at 2018, we remember a special Choteau Bulldog that was lost this past year and the monumental legacy that he leaves behind. On September 14th, in a football game against Great Falls Central, Choteau senior Pete Henderson came out wearing number 12 instead of his usual number 2. He was honoring the number 1 last time in a game before it was retired forever. Number 12 belonged to former Bulldogs football player J.J. Werdal. Werdal played a key part of Choteau's defense as a linebacker for 4 years before graduating back in 2015.
Pete's always been a scrappy athlete. I mean, he's just a fighter, and he reminds me a lot of J.J. in the way that he pursues his athletics. He's a wrestler, plays running back and linebacker just like JJ did. So just reminded me a lot of the spirit that JJ had on the field.
One thing I liked about JJ, he's kind of like me. He wasn't super real big or anything like that, but he had heart and he played hard, and so I kind of looked up to JJ in that aspect of it.
Werdal was even better at another sport, wrestling. He placed at state all 4 years, and Choteau won the state tournament JJ's senior year. He went 40-4 that season. Werdal became a state champion himself in the 130-pound weight class in his sophomore year in 2013, joining his brother Cole, who also won a state wrestling title that year, and his older brother Jesse, who also has a Choteau state title under his belt. All 3 brothers are on the school's Wall of Fame, right next to each other.
He was so headstrong. He might have been, 5'6" and 135 pounds, but he believed he was a 7-foot tall guy that was 300 pounds and just a beast. JJ truly believed he was the best, and he didn't do it in a cocky way that would irritate people. He did it in his own way. He just, everything was up here with JJ.
He wanted it.
Well, and I think it was looking up to his brothers, and when Jesse won state his senior year or whatever, you could tell that was something that he always wanted to do. And all of our boys, they just had hard work ethic, and you're not gonna get anywhere unless you work hard and put your heart into it. And that was just, you work hard.
Even though he had scholarship offers to wrestle in college, JJ turned them down and instead secured various construction jobs after school. Then, on the 4th of July this past summer, Werdal was involved in a one-vehicle rollover on U.S. Highway 287. He would not survive. JJ Werdal was just 21 years old.
He made our family complete. He was just full of life and happy-go-lucky. He was always happy and fearless and just lived life to the fullest, always.
He was a good kid. He was very outgoing and fun. He was a lot of fun to hang out with. He was always happy and just not really caring the world with anything, just went life as easy as possible, and it's fun to be around.
So on that evening in Choteau, the hometown crowd truly said goodbye to number 12 for the Bulldogs. Werdal was an inspiration to Henderson and all that were lucky to know him.
I just know JJ as hard-hitting, hustling, doing everything like that, and I think that everyone's gonna remember JJ like that, and when they think of JJ, they're gonna think of just a great guy and ready to work, and so I think they're gonna wanna do the same thing JJ did.
JJ Werdal's legacy will live on in Choteau. His effort, his impact, his memory will never be forgotten.